In this lesson, we're going to take a look at using type in Edge Animate. Now, I want you to get really clear on one fact about using type in Edge Animate, and that is type is not the gray stuff that goes around your cool pictures, your cool animations, or your cool line drawings. The text in an animate stage or composition is your primary communications vehicle, so treat it with a little bit of reverence. So to get yourself started, open up the usingtype.an file that's located in your Chapter 6 exercise folder. And when it opens, you'll see I've put a grid on the stage for you. It's 8 columns. And what we're going to do is we're going to start using type. And the first step in the process is to actually add a text box. So you just choose the text tool, and then you just click and drag, and that drags out a text box for you. Now, the first way of adding text to an animate composition is to simply type it in. So let's type in animate rocks. And you can see that the words go into the text box and they also appear on the stage in the text box. Now you'll notice that this has the word text over here in the elements panel. It is text, and down here in the timeline it's also known as text. That tells me nothing. That's the headline. So I'm going to rename the element to head. And there we go. Now, another way of bringing in text is to bring in a block of text. Now, a block of text will come in from a word processor, or you can even enter it. But I'm going to bring it in from word processing because I've got a couple of paragraphs of text. And this would come from a copywriter if a client gave you some text or whatever. So again, what you're going to do is you're going to go to a word processor. In this case, I'm going to use my text edit. So I just come over to text edit. There's my text, and you just copy and paste. Command C or Control C if you're on a PC. Close it. Create your text box. We'll take this out across 4 columns. And just paste. And you notice it comes in awfully big. And the reason it comes in awfully big is that the default for any text that's pasted in is 24-point Helvetica. So I'm just going to change that to 12. And you'll notice that the paragraph is missing. Well, it's right here, but there's no space between the paragraphs. To do that, what you need to do is actually do that inside the text box. And to edit the text box, all you do is you just double click it. So if I close this, I just double click the text box, the text opens up, and I'm just going to add a little space in there, and you can see that that paragraph moves down. Close the text box. Now I don't have a clue what text 2 is, so again, I'm going to name it body. Now let's take this down to 10 point or 10 pixels. You can see it looks pretty good. And one of the things that you can do is to spread out the text is you can widen the text box or shrink the text box by just grabbing a handle. And you notice the text just flows within the box. Now you notice the text that flows out is still visible. There's no overflow property that comes with text, so you can just pull the text box down. And if I pull it into 4 columns, just pull it down a little bit more. There we go. And you can also move text all over the place. The other thing that you can't do, though, is make multiple columns of text. If you want this to be 2 columns, here's how you do that. What you do is you open the text box, grab the text you want. So let's just grab some text out of that second paragraph, and we'll take it from vestibulum. You can pick anywhere you want. And we'll just cut that out, Command X. Close it. And then what you do is you draw out another text box and paste it in. And of course, we're going to have to name that as... Now remember, these things are not links, so if I shrink this, it's not going to flow up into this text box. So you've got to be very careful with using multiple columns of text. So there you go. There's using text inside of Animate. 2 ways of doing it. You can actually physically enter it just by selecting the text tool and then entering the text, or you can copy and paste into a text box from a word processing application. One of the things to keep in mind is name the text areas so that you know exactly what they are, because they come in as text, text 1, text 2, text 3. Doesn't tell you a thing. And the other thing is that you can break up the text boxes by simply cutting and pasting out of a text box into another one, but you don't get the flow, so just be aware of that one. And Also, text, when it comes in and it's got paragraphs, you're going to have to add that space between the paragraphs manually.